Welcome back to Nothing But Net. Converse, the first company to ever bring you a sneaker, has signed 5 rookies in the NBA, including Toronto's #1 draft pick, Chris Bosh, out of Georgia Tech, to wear a shoe called the Loaded Weapon, which is the direct descendant of the old Larry Bird and Magic Johnson Converse weapon, okay? They've been receiving a lot of criticism because of the name of this shoe, Phil. And do you think this is really an issue, or are they reaching on this? Like, come on, it's a shoe. Does that incite violence in the youth or what?
I mean, even if one person is being influenced by this name, I think that's too much. You know what I'm saying?
But I think it's the parents' responsibilities to educate their kids. I think, that's where values start, and parents need it. We should not have to rely on the NBA
Because it's
or
just a
the shoe.
I understand that, but unfortunately, there are kids who don't see their mom in a week because their mom is so busy working in the morning and working at nights. So there's some kids that are raised in front of the TV, are raised by what their friends are wearing, by what their friends are telling them, and those are the people that influence them.
Now, I can understand it from a fashion perspective, but I can't see where a shoe being called a loaded weapon would influence me to go out and get one and assault somebody or do something. Like I said, if a kid went out and said, "Oh, I want to buy these Air Jordans," does that mean I want to get high? No, it doesn't.
Right.
It means
it's just
I
the
want
name
to
of
go
a
on the
shoe.
basketball court and I want to jump, and I'm going to jump like Michael Jordan, and my name is going to be Ear Dixon.
All right, well, what about?
You know what I'm saying?
But what about? All right, the loaded weapon. The loaded weapon, Phil. That means I'm dangerous on the court, and I got mad boogie with my game. You know what I mean?
I mean, there are different ways of interpreting that, but I'm targeting kids that's ages 12 and 13. Okay, I'm targeting those kids who are easily influenced. That that get caught up with the older kids, and that the older kids are the one who are influencing them. And I mean, they see these shoes. I'm not saying that all the kids are going to be influenced by it, but it will affect a few of them.
Okay.
And even if it does, I think that's a few. That's too many. You could just name it the weapons too. Why loaded weapons?
You make a good point, Phil. But understand this, especially, let's look at a case like Jason Williams, former New Jersey Nets power forward Jason Williams, was indicted for manslaughter a couple of years ago.
Okay.
He could face 55 years in prison because of what he called an accidental shooting, and then they tried to cover it up. Now, with all the recent gun cases in the NBA, should the NBA be concerned about the images projecting through its players?
Most definitely. A fine line is the Washington Bullets, or former Bullets, now it's the Wizards. I mean, so kids,
there was a reason for them changing the name because of that.
It might look silly to us, yeah, but the kids, they look at those stuff, and those are the things that are influencing them.
I remember when they changed the name, and they said because of the crime in the D.C. area, they wanted to change the name. But I mean, all right, so they changed it to the Wizards. Is that promoting witchcraft? Like, I mean, everybody's going to find an issue and try and flip it, dude, at the end of the day.
But back in the early 90s, D.C. was a murder capital.
That's true.
Okay? Len Bias got killed in, let's say, 1990. His brother died like 3 years later. I mean, that's two wastes of a life, man. Two talented brothers, man.
I just think, I totally agree. I think it is an issue that the NBA does need to address. And, just like my man over here was saying, I think that kids are influenced.
I don't know.
Like I said, I think the parents should definitely have a role in a child's life and values and all that stuff. But unfortunately, we've gotten to that in North America, that athletes and entertainers actually are role models for these kids.
Exactly.
That's true. I mean, but you made a point earlier about the family and having those
I definitely
values
agree
in the
about
home
family
first.
and values in the home first.
Okay.
Definitely agree.
So you look at a cat like Eddie Griffin, Houston Rockets forward Eddie Griffin, who may be charged with attempted murder because he supposedly, he allegedly attacked a woman friend of his and shot at her as she was driving away. I mean, Eddie Griffin came into the league, he was 19 years old, and he had a history of having problems. I don't think it had anything to do with like a shoe or anything like that. But there are larger issues at hand here than just a shoe or kids getting this money. The NBA has some really serious issues they need to address in the next couple of years as far as cleaning up their image.
I mean, they've got to implement some rules that will help the league. I mean, all these different athletes, I mean, they're bringing the image down. I mean, we need somebody like a Grant Hill
to step
really
up.
just step up, man.
You're right.
You know, step up and just bring the league on their shoulder like
But I
what
think
Michael
that's the
Jordan
difference
had done.
between the men and the women's leagues. We are a cleaner version.
Oh my goodness! And cleaner in what way?
And you
I
guys
mean, we don't have all, although we did have a little drug issue this year, but, you know, we don't have all the issues, and I think that's why, you know, it's so good for little kids to come out and watch and support the WNBA.
Well, we can build on that a little bit more
you guys
later.
are better looking too.
No, that's true, that's true. We can get into that a little bit later, but next up, we're gonna talk about, you know, cash rule and everything around Yao Ming, dog, when we get back. His impact on the global basketball culture in 2 minutes on Nothing But Net.
Yeah, 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 yeah.